Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby and have ourselves a drink.
All right, and with that, we are back in the lobby bar for the week of April the 20th, 2026. Brian and Michaela with you here. And Michaela, spring has sprung. And, when it comes to spring, there's only one cocktail that comes to mind. Actually, that's not true at all. A lot of cocktails come to mind. But one of the favorites and one of the early things we did back in Drink the Movies, we covered a film, American Hustle. I was just thinking about it the other day. And I was thinking about how good a Pimm's cup would be right about now.
Yeah, Pimm's Cup is amazing. I don't know why I always think about Christmas time when I have a
Okay.
Pim, because I think the very first time I ever had a Pimm's Cup was in England, which is where it kind of heralds from, and it was in the winter. I don't know if it was actually Christmas, but it was in the winter time, which makes no sense because this thing is refreshing, it's fruity, it's kind of sweet, it's very celebratory the way you would be at Christmas, but for me, it's just not a lot of Christmassy kind of cold weather flavors. It's really like summertime. And so maybe it is a summer drink and I just had it at the wrong time of year. That's on
Yeah.
you, Marriott Hotels, for serving it at a party, whatever. But Pimm's Cup is amazing.
Well, I was reading today about the Pimm's number one liqueur because that's where we're going with this week's lobby bar cocktail. And it said that the only thing more British than a Pimm's cup is the gin and tonic. So the only thing more British than that would be a gin and tonic with some Pimm's added to it. So yeah, so maybe that's why. Maybe the Marriott was like, oh, here's an American lady, she would love a Pimm's cup. We'll give her our best, no matter the time of year. We can do the Pimm's number one for that. But yeah, I thought we should revisit this because, as I said, we made it back episode 17. We covered American Hustle back in our baby days of doing the podcast. We talked about that great film. Pimm's cup is amazing because it's easy, right? It's 2 ounces of Pimm's, 1.5 ounces of lemon juice, and then some ginger ale, ginger beer, or sparkling lemonade, depending on where you're having it. You might have had sparkling lemonade in yours over in England, but that's a little harder to come by here. So go ahead and make that and then throw whatever fruit you want into it, which is why I think of it as a summer drink and why I think a lot of people do, right? You just go through like the garden, right? Mint, strawberry, cucumber, whatever you want to do. But I have bad news, Michaela. I made our Pimm's cup back for episode 17, and I don't think that I've used my Pimm's since. It might not be any good anymore. I don't know for sure, but we're going to be using it today.
Yeah, it'll be fine. It's gonna be
It'll be
fine
fine.
because
It's
I
fine.
I also have like probably three-quarters of a bottle of Pimm's. Now I have used Pimm's since the time we made this cocktail, like in 1782. When was that? Was so
Well, that
long
was a
ago?
long time ago.
That
That
was
was
a
a long
long
time
time
ago.
ago.
That was like five
Um,
years ago, at least five
yeah,
years ago.
but I
Yeah.
believe, I truly do believe that it's gonna be fine. It'll be fine.
It'll be fine. Pimm's is just one
Yeah.
of those things you buy it and then you just always have a bottle of it on hand. And hopefully you have a bottle of Mezcal on hand because we were going to liquor.com, one of my favorite places to look up cocktails. And I found something. It's called the Pimm's Coupe. And actually, it's funny because it came from an article that said that basically was titled, "You bought a bottle of Pimm's, now what?" So that was pretty funny. So I like that. So this is the Pimm's coupe or coupe. I think it's just coupe is how it's pronounced here. But this cocktail, it comes from there, and it comes from the Copper Grouse, which is a really cool name for a bar in Manchester, Vermont. So that's pretty cool. And we're going to go ahead and make this. It's like a mezcal sour, but it has some of that Pimm's number one in it. So it's 1 ounce of mezcal, 1 ounce of your Pimm's, 1.5 ounces of freshly squeezed lemon juice, 3/4 of an ounce of simple syrup, and then you can garnish it with lemon twist. If you have like a fresh strawberry, you can put that on there because Pimm's is a little bit spicy, a little bit like citrusy and like fruity kind of almost. I think it like plays in your mind more fruity than it actually tastes. But with the mezcal. And the lemon, this is delicious. You could probably do an egg white in there if you want dealer's choice there. But I thought that this little mezcal sour with the Pimm's edition sounded pretty good.
Yeah, that sounds amazing. That sounds amazing. That's like all my favorite things these days. I love a mezcal.
That's
I
true.
love the smokiness of it, right? If you like smoked drinks, we keep talking about this, but you don't have to smoke it. You could just get a mezcal. And it won't
Yeah.
be peaty. It won't be like the way like bourbon or whiskey or even the ILA Scotch is super peaty. It's not like that. It's just smoky. It's lovely. This sounds amazing. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Now,
Sounds pretty good.
I
Sounds pretty good.
bet I bet you could take it one extra step further and you could make this into a slushy.
Ooh, okay. Now you're talking. Now you're talking. Do you need one of those Margaritaville machines, maybe? I don't know. I don't know. Put
Yeah,
it in your blender with some ice, I guess.
you definitely want
Just
it
do
to be
that.
like the ice shaver instead of like just the blender. You need it to, I think the ice to give it that frothiness, you probably want the ice to be really shaved. But this sounds like something I'm going to be making a few times this week. I mean, it's gotten cold again, so maybe I'll wait till next week when it's 90,000 degrees. But oh my gosh, this sounds amazing.
Yeah, it sounds pretty good. You could probably swap out the mezcal for regular tequila. You could probably try the same sort of application with some like bourbon if you wanted to do like a whiskey sour with the Pims. That probably is good too. But this one with the mezcal, I liked the addition kind of that smoky backbone of the mezcal there. So give that a try. If you have a Pims bottle laying around, let us know what what your plans are for it. If you have any good recipes, send those our way. Michaela, everyone in the world heard of Super Mario, which is why they continue to go out and see it. We hypothesized last week on the podcast that maybe people didn't know about Lee Cronin bringing out The Mummy this week. Lee Cronin's The Mummy comes in third place with $13.5 million behind Project Hail Mary and Super Mario Galaxy, leading the way there at $35 million. The drama hanging in tight there, $4.8 million. Yumi and Tuscany, 3.8. The Mummy, did you hear anything about it, Michaela? I know we talked about it in light. No shade to Lee Cronin. Lee Cronin is probably awesome. The little like preview thing that played for this looked really good and fun if you're into that sort of thing. So maybe it's worth checking out. Have you heard any bits and bobs about this one?
So it's interesting because the first time you asked me about this, I was like, I have no idea what this is. I didn't know who Lee Cronin was. I had to go look him up. I felt really bad. And now I remember we actually saw a preview about this, and we thought it was entitled "What Happened to Katie? Whatever happened to Katie?" Or
Mm.
where did Katie
Hmm.
go? Because there's a I guess a Katie, a little girl that gets I don't know possessed by the mummy. I don't really understand the story. It looks scary as hell. I will say that.
Can confirm. Can confirm
Definitely,
that. Yeah.
definitely not for the weak of heart there. I've heard that if you like, look, if you're a fan of Lee Cronin stuff, then I think you're gonna like this. I don't know because I've not seen it, but I also think if you're like a fan of that Mummy French franchise, if you know, it definitely should give this one a try, especially if you saw the one starring Tom Cruise. I mean, if you think if that was worth your time, this is definitely going to be worth your time, and that's all I have to say about that.
That's true. Tom Cruise could not be reached for a comment, but yeah, yeah, it was like, what happened to Katie? We thought that was the title of it. Yeah, the thing looks
Yeah.
super scary. So I don't know if we're gonna be able to make it out to the theater and see this. We'll see how long it ends up running, but definitely going to be good come this Halloween time because it'll be streaming by then. So we'll keep our eyes and ears to the ground in terms of Lee Cronin's The Mummy, and yeah, everyone just continues to go out and see Super Mario Galaxy movie. Now we do have a new movie coming out this week, and I can't really seem to get heads or tails anything about it. But Michael is coming out, the biopic of Michael Jackson, the one, the only Michael Jackson, the very
Mhm.
complicated figure he is. That's coming out. I have no idea. This could do amazing. This could do not great. Like all of the things I'm seeing about it are basically like direct marketing from like the movie studio. I haven't seen any like feedback from reviewers. I don't know if they've like held that back, if like people aren't getting out to see it early. So I've just not heard anything about this. But I have a feeling Michael's going to do like gangbusters overseas. Michael Jackson was huge outside of the United States, like huge, huge, huge. So we'll see. Michael biopic, music biopics have been, pretty hit or miss. This one could be interesting, but it stars Coleman Domingo, so that's a-okay in my book.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, he's kind of one of those, right? Where anything he does now, I mean, it could be reading, I don't know, a bar menu, and I'd be like, "Yep, it's gonna be the best one ever. It's gonna be
Yeah.
really good." My son is super excited to see this. He has asked me like three times in the last week when this film is coming out, and I'm a little nervous because I don't know how much. I don't know if it's going to be more of like the rise to fame and like, or if it's also going to have this big downtroddenness to it. I think it's probably going to be more of the former because, um, you know, Michael Jackson's son is playing the main character, or not son, sorry, nephew is playing the character. So I don't think that anybody from the Jackson camp would put their name on something that paints him as anything other than great. So I think from a like watchability for a kid's perspective, it's probably okay.
I don't know. Time will tell.
Oh, I
We'll
guess
find out for
we
sure.
should see it first before.
We have plans to go see it this week. Let us know what you think about Michael Jackson, I guess. We'll see about that. And then if you're staying home, tune into TV. Speaking of things that your kid is infatuated right now, we have an animated little anthology thing, Stranger Things, Tales from 1985. Or I guess it's just Tales from 85 here. So we've got that coming from the Duffers up. I think this is set between seasons 2 and 3. So that could be kind
Mm,
of fun, a little anthology kind of thing, flesh out those stories a little bit. Netflix is just gonna keep going with the Stranger Things thing until they run out of dollars for it, I guess. So
hmm Yeah, yeah. No, my kiddo saw that today, actually, this morning, and he was like, "Oh my gosh, can I not go to school instead? Can I just watch this?" Yeah,
just stay
very
home and
exciting
watch it.
stuff.
There you go, April 23rd, that comes out. So let us know what you think about Stranger Things and let us know what you thought about Super Mario Galaxy. We saw it last week. We did our video version of the podcast that's available on Spotify, that is available on YouTube, and the audio version is available wherever your fine podcasts are found. So go check that out. It was a really fun episode there. And this week we're going to be covering the drama. We are going to end this recording right now and go see the drama. So that's going to be fun. Hopefully, there is a drama themed cocktail at the Regal Bar. Probably not, but if
Mm.
there is, we're going to get it. We're going to talk about it, and we're going to be doing that on Patreon because we have a lot of fun Patreon stuff coming this week. If there is a drama cocktail at the bar, we're definitely going to be talking about that. We're going to be doing our Patreon bonus episode covering The Bride. That's going to be good. A film we saw a couple weeks back. Couldn't figure out how to work it into the schedule the way things were. So pretty excited to talk about that Maggie Gyllenhaal film there, The Bride. So we're going to be doing that, and we're also doing our hangout with our patrons this week as well. So head over to Patreon, patreon.com/drinkmovies. It's the best place to support the podcast and get a bunch of fun free stuff like hanging out with us while we drink cocktails and talk about movies. It's the best like Wednesday afternoon you could ever hope for, at least in Michaela in my eyes, I think, anyways. So I don't know.
Can
Any
confirm.
parting thoughts for the lobby bar this week, Michaela? Or are you just going to go dig out that bottle of Pimm's and get busy?
That's exactly. I'm trying to find my Margaritaville machine right now. It's happening. I'm gonna maybe take a video of it and send it out
Dust
to
it
people
off.
because
There you
yeah,
go. Yeah,
yeah. It ain't
absolutely.
summer
So
until we make a we make a mezcal smoothie. I love it.
until the Pimm's gets flowing, summer can't come. So yeah, that's gonna wrap it up for this weekend lobby bar, and we'll talk to you soon.